Welcome in, everybody. Ready for a deep dive into online learning for seniors?
Oh, yeah. Always ready for a deep dive.
Today, we're looking at this handbook called Click, Learn, Grow by Kevin Jonathan Otieno.
Okay.
You know, he's kind of a pioneer in this whole online learning space for seniors.
Right.
And I think we're going to find some really interesting insights in this book.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, a lot of seniors might be wondering, how can online learning really make a difference in my life?
Right.
Well, we're going to uncover some of those answers today.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I think what's interesting about Otieno's approach is
Uh,
he doesn't just talk about, you know, the nuts and bolts of how to use a computer or anything.
yeah.
He actually delves into the emotional and social aspects of it all.
Right.
He recognizes that a lot of seniors might feel a little apprehensive or even left behind when it comes to technology.
Oh, absolutely.
And he addresses that head on, which I think is really important.
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Like the story of Otieno Okongo, a retired civil servant in Kenya. He really wanted to keep up with the world, but he felt intimidated by all this new technology.
Yeah, I can see that.
A lot of seniors feel that way.
Oh,
don't they?
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, that feeling of being disconnected is very common.
right. And it can be really isolating.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Otieno makes this really interesting point.
Okay.
He suggests that the most important benefit of online learning for seniors might not be the one that you immediately think of, like, mental stimulation.
Right. So not just keeping the mind sharp.
Exactly.
Okay.
He says it goes deeper than that.
Interesting.
He thinks that combating loneliness and fostering social connections
Right.
is actually even more crucial for seniors.
Yeah.
And he sees online learning as a powerful tool to address that. So it's not just about, taking a course in isolation.
Yeah.
It's about joining these online communities,
Right.
participating in discussions, and forming these new connections with people who share your interests.
I see. So it's a very social activity, not just educational.
That's a perspective I hadn't really considered before. It kind of reframes this whole idea of online learning,
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, we have to talk about the practical side of things, too.
Right.
Because technology can be intimidating, let's face it.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
And I think Otieno does a really good job in this handbook
Okay.
of addressing that tech anxiety that a lot of seniors might feel.
Yeah. And how does he approach that?
Well, he encourages people to start small.
Oh,
So, instead of diving headfirst into some complex online course,
yeah.
he suggests maybe starting with something simple,
Okay.
like setting up an email account or learning to navigate a website.
So build those basic skills first.
Exactly. Build those foundational skills, and then you can go from there.
I like that.
He also talks a lot about ergonomics and managing eye strain,
Oh, yeah. That's important.
which is something we can all relate to, right?
For sure, especially with all the screen time these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
What kind of tips does he give for that?
He gives some really practical advice,
Okay.
like adjusting screen brightness,
Mm-hmm.
using larger fonts,
Yeah.
and following the 20-20-20 rule.
Oh, right. Taking those breaks.
Yes, taking those breaks to give your eyes a rest.
So important.
It's really about creating a comfortable and sustainable learning environment.
I see. So you don't burn yourself out.
Exactly.
But you know what occurs to me? Even if you're comfortable with the tech,
Yeah.
you still need to know where to find interesting content, right?
Absolutely.
What good is an email account if you're not connecting with anything?
That's a great point.
Yeah.
And that's where Otieno's exploration of online forums, local workshops, even virtual meetups comes in.
Right. So it's not just about taking online courses.
No, not at all.
It's about finding those communities.
Exactly.
Yep.
He gives some great examples like joining a Facebook group specifically for senior learners
Oh, that's cool.
or attending a workshop at your local community center.
So it can be online or in person.
Yes,
I
exactly.
like that.
Imagine learning photography skills from other seniors in your community.
That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about finding those social learning opportunities that really fit your interests and your comfort level.
Makes sense.
And then, of course, there's the whole world of mobile learning apps,
Oh, yeah, those are huge.
which can be a real game changer for seniors.
For sure.
Otieno highlights some popular ones like Duolingo for language learning and Lumosity for brain training.
Okay.
I've actually tried Duolingo myself,
Oh, yeah.
and it's surprisingly fun and effective.
Cool.
But I'm curious, are these apps really designed with seniors in mind?
That's a great question, and it's where things get interesting.
Okay.
Some apps are definitely more senior-friendly than others.
Right.
Duolingo, for example, is
Yeah.
visually engaging and pretty user-friendly,
Right.
making it a good choice for older learners.
I see.
But something like Lumosity,
Yeah.
while great for cognitive training, might feel a bit overwhelming for some seniors.
Right, because of the fast-paced games and the more complex interface.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's important to do your research and find apps that really suit your individual needs
Right, find what works for you.
and your learning style.
Absolutely.
Now, being based in Kenya, Otieno highlights some fantastic local resources as well.
Oh, I'm curious about that.
So he talks about ElderNet,
Okay.
which is this organization that focuses specifically on digital literacy for seniors.
So they're really targeting that specific need.
Exactly. And they offer tailored programs and workshops.
That's great.
And he also mentions these elder care platforms,
Okay.
which are starting to pop up in Kenya.
Interesting.
And they provide online classes specifically designed for the interests and needs of older adults.
So catering to that demographic.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing to see how these local initiatives are really bridging the digital divide.
Yeah, empowering seniors within their own communities.
Absolutely.
But even with all these great resources, we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Prolonged screen time can be a concern.
That's a valid point.
Right.
It's something we all have to be mindful of.
Absolutely.
And Otieno doesn't shy away from addressing that in the book.
Okay, good.
He really stresses the importance of those ergonomic tips we talked about earlier.
Right, like taking breaks and adjusting your screen setup.
Exactly.
Okay.
He even suggests investing in blue light glasses to help reduce eye strain,
That's a good idea.
especially if you're spending a lot of time on screens.
Makes sense.
It's all about being mindful of our physical well-being as we embark on this online learning journey.
Yeah, finding that balance is key.
Absolutely.
Taking care of ourselves while we learn and grow.
Exactly.
I like that.
So are you ready to dive into some of the deeper benefits of online learning?
Oh, I'm definitely ready. Let's explore that.
All right, let's do it.
So let's talk about the long-term benefits.
Okay.
You know, the benefits of continuous learning. Otieno really emphasizes this in the book.
He talks about it as being truly transformative.
Right.
And he draws on a lot of research,
Okay.
linking lifelong learning to improved cognitive health.
Yeah, it's something a lot of our listeners are probably interested in.
Oh, for sure.
We all want to keep our minds sharp as we age.
Absolutely.
And it's encouraging to know that learning can play a role in that.
It's not just about preventing decline either.
Oh, really?
Yeah, studies actually show that learning new things can enhance memory, problem-solving abilities,
Wow.
even boost creativity.
It's like a workout for our brains.
Exactly. It keeps them flexible and adaptable.
I like that.
But the benefits, they go beyond just the cognitive stuff.
Okay.
Otieno also highlights the emotional well-being boost that comes with learning.
Right.
Think about the sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
When you grasp a new concept or master a new skill,
Oh, for sure.
it can do wonders for your self-esteem and your overall happiness.
And that feeling of accomplishment.
Wouldn't you say it's especially powerful for seniors
Absolutely.
who might be transitioning into a new phase of life?
Right.
Maybe facing retirement or adjusting to new routines.
It gives them a sense of purpose.
Right.
A feeling of continued growth and engagement with the world.
That's so important.
And let's not forget the social aspect.
Oh, yeah.
Learning provides those opportunities to connect with others,
Right.
which is essential for combating loneliness and, fostering that sense of belonging.
That's something Otieno really drives home in the book.
Right, does.
He sees online learning as this key to unlocking a more fulfilling and connected life for seniors.
I love that.
But I'm wondering, how do we actually bridge the gap
Okay.
between recognizing these benefits and actually taking that first step?
Right.
Because starting can be the hardest part.
It can be intimidating.
Yeah.
But Otieno addresses this.
Okay, good.
He encourages seniors to think about their interests, their passions, those things they've always wanted to learn, but maybe they never had the time or the opportunity.
So tap into those hidden desires, those what-ifs that have been lingering in the back of our minds.
Yes, find those sparks of curiosity.
Yes.
And fan them into flames.
But what if someone is interested in something,
Uh-huh.
but they don't know where to begin?
Okay.
Say someone wants to learn a new language.
Right.
What advice would you give them?
Well, first I'd encourage them to think about their learning style. Some people thrive in structured environments,
Okay.
with deadlines and assignments,
Right.
while others prefer a more self-paced approach.
Uh-huh.
There are online courses that cater to both.
So think about what kind of learning environment you thrive in.
Exact.
Do you like having a set schedule, or do you prefer to learn at your own pace?
There's no right or wrong answer.
Exactly.
And then there's the question of support.
Okay.
Some courses offer one-on-one tutoring, or access to online forums where you can connect with instructors and other learners. Others are more self-guided, which can be great for independent learners.
So consider how much support you might need.
Yeah.
Are you comfortable figuring things out on your own, or do you prefer having someone to guide you?
It's all about finding the right fit.
And of course, cost is a factor.
Of course.
There are a lot of free online courses available, as well as paid courses that offer a more comprehensive experience.
Yes, and Otieno recommends checking out websites like Coursera, ADX, and Khan Academy. They offer a wide range of high-quality courses, both free and paid.
And for those who prefer a more bite-sized approach,
yes,
there are those mobile learning apps we talked about.
Like Duolingo for languages and Lumosity for brain training.
Those can be a great way to supplement your learning.
Absolutely.
Or just to engage in those short bursts of learning throughout the day.
Exactly.
But even with all these resources, it's easy to feel overwhelmed.
Oh, for sure.
Where do you even begin?
That's where Otieno's advice on creating a successful learning environment comes in. He stresses the importance of having a dedicated learning space, even if it's just a corner of a room.
So carve out a space that's just for you?
Yes.
Where you can focus and feel comfortable.
Exactly. Set the stage for success.
I like that.
He recommends having a comfortable chair, good lighting, and a clutter-free workspace.
Minimize those distractions.
Yes, turn off the TV.
Silence your phone.
Exactly. Let family members know you need some uninterrupted study time.
Set those boundaries.
And then there's the tech setup. Do you have a reliable internet connection? Is your computer or tablet up to the task? If you're using a computer, does it have a large enough screen? A comfortable keyboard?
These are all important things to consider.
It's about setting yourself up for success from a technological standpoint.
And wouldn't you say comfort is key?
Oh, absolutely.
There's nothing worse than trying to learn while squinting at a small screen.
Or struggling with an uncomfortable mouse.
Exactly.
Otieno also reminds us about the accessibility features that many devices offer, like text-to-speech, screen magnifiers, and voice control.
Those can be really helpful.
They can be game changers for seniors who might have visual or dexterity impairments. It makes the online learning experience much more accessible.
It's about tailoring the experience to your individual needs. And making technology work for you.
Exactly. Not the other way around.
But even with the perfect setup, staying motivated and on track can be a challenge.
It can be.
How do we keep that momentum going?
That's a great question. And Otieno suggests starting with realistic goals. So instead of aiming to complete an entire course in a week, break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks.
So set yourself up for success by creating achievable milestones.
He also recommends creating a study schedule and sticking to it as much as possible. This can help build a sense of routine and accountability.
I know for me, having a structure, even a loose one, really helps me stay on track.
Me too. It's like having a roadmap for your learning journey.
Exactly.
And don't forget about rewards.
Oh, right.
Otieno suggests rewarding yourself for your progress, whether it's taking a break to enjoy a cup of coffee or going for a walk after completing a lesson. It's about recognizing and celebrating your achievements, no matter how small.
Those small rewards can make a big difference.
They can.
In keeping us motivated and engaged.
Absolutely.
It's like giving ourselves a pat on the back for a job well done.
And speaking of rewards, one of the most rewarding aspects of online learning is the opportunity to share your newfound knowledge and skills with others.
Oh, that's a beautiful point.
Isn't it?
Imagine the joy of teaching a grandchild how to use a new app. Or sharing your passion for history with a friend.
Otieno encourages seniors to consider teaching or mentoring roles, both online and offline.
So giving back to our communities.
Exactly.
Sharing the gift of learning with others.
Imagine a senior citizen leading a virtual book club.
That would be great.
Or teaching a local class on gardening.
The possibilities are endless.
They are.
And it's not just about teaching specific skills. It's about sharing life experiences, wisdom, and perspectives that can enrich the lives of others.
Those intergenerational connections are so powerful.
They are.
They break down barriers and create a more connected and vibrant society.
It's a reminder that learning is a two-way street.
It is.
We can all learn from each other, regardless of age or experience.
Exactly. And that brings us back to Otieno's emphasis on intergenerational learning. He envisions a world where learning is a shared experience, a bridge that connects generations and fosters a sense of community.
That's a beautiful vision.
It is.
And I think online learning can be a catalyst for that vision.
I agree.
Creating spaces where people of all ages can come together to learn, connect, and grow.
Yeah, I know some of our listeners might be concerned about the amount of screen time involved in online learning.
Right. It's a valid concern.
It is, and Otieno addresses it directly in the handbook.
Okay, good.
He acknowledges that excessive screen time can have negative effects on sleep vision and overall well-being.
Right.
But he also emphasizes that it's all about balance and moderation.
Like any activity.
Yeah, exactly.
Too much of anything can be detrimental.
Right, but that doesn't mean we should avoid technology altogether.
No, it's about finding that sweet spot.
Yes.
Using technology mindfully. And incorporating healthy habits into our online learning routines.
What are some of the strategies he recommends?
Well, he suggests setting limits.
Okay.
You can use timers or apps that track your screen time.
Right.
To help you stay aware of how much time you're spending online.
Those can be really helpful tools.
They can.
Creating boundaries, making sure we're not overdoing it.
He also recommends scheduling regular breaks.
Yes, getting up and moving around every hour.
Right.
To stretch, walk, or simply look away from the screen.
Those breaks are essential for both our physical and mental well-being.
Absolutely.
They help us refocus, recharge, and prevent eye strain.
He also suggests adjusting screen brightness and using blue light filters to reduce eye strain.
Right.
And let's not forget about ergonomics.
Yeah.
Having a comfortable chair, a supportive desk setup, and proper lighting can make a world of difference in terms of comfort and preventing fatigue.
It's about creating a healthy and sustainable approach to online learning.
Yes.
That benefits both our minds and bodies.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about the potential benefits of online learning for seniors' overall health and well-being.
Right.
We already talked about the cognitive benefits, but online learning can also have a positive impact on emotional health.
Of course, learning new things, pursuing interests, and connecting with others can boost mood, reduce stress, and increase feelings of purpose and fulfillment.
And those emotional benefits can have a ripple effect on physical health.
Right. It's all interconnected.
It is.
Online learning can be a gateway to a more active, engaged, and fulfilling life.
I agree.
Which can positively impact overall health and well-being.
But what about the future of online learning?
Okay.
What trends and innovations should we be on the lookout for?
That's a great question because the field of online learning is constantly evolving.
It is.
And there are some exciting developments on the horizon.
Okay, I'm excited to hear about this.
I think they hold immense potential for seniors.
Great.
Otieno touches on a few of these trends in the handbook.
Okay.
And he starts with the rise of personalized learning experiences.
Interesting.
Imagine a world where online learning platforms use artificial intelligence to tailor course recommendations, pacing, and content to each individual's needs and preferences.
So it's like a customized learning journey.
Exactly, designed just for you.
That's amazing.
And we're already seeing some movement in this direction.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some platforms are incorporating adaptive learning technologies that adjust the difficulty of material based on the learner's performance.
It's like having a personal tutor.
Right.
Guiding you through the process.
Exactly.
Providing support and challenges as needed.
Another trend Otieno highlights is the increasing use of virtual reality and augmented reality in online learning.
Oh, that's exciting.
I'm really excited about this.
Yeah.
Imagine a senior citizen taking a virtual tour of a museum.
Wow.
Or historical site.
Right.
Or learning a new skill through an augmented reality simulation.
That's incredible.
It is.
Those immersive experiences could make online learning even more engaging and accessible.
Especially for seniors who might have mobility limitations.
Right.
Or who enjoy learning through those hands-on experiences.
Exactly. It opens up a world of possibilities.
It does.
Allowing seniors to experience things they might not otherwise be able to.
And it's not just about solitary exploration.
Okay.
Otieno predicts that we'll see an even greater emphasis on social learning features in online platforms.
Like what?
Things like interactive forums, virtual study groups, and peer-to-peer mentoring programs.
Those social connections are so vital.
They are.
For motivation support and fostering a sense of community among learners.
And speaking of community, another trend we're seeing is the emergence of niche online learning communities. Designed specifically for seniors.
Interesting.
Imagine online platforms dedicated to connecting seniors who share interests like gardening,
Okay.
travel, or lifelong learning.
It's about creating those spaces where seniors can connect,
Yeah.
share their experiences, and learn from one another.
In a supportive and welcoming environment.
It's inspiring to consider how these trends and innovations will shape the future of online learning for seniors.
It really is a field filled with potential, and we can anticipate even more creative and engaging learning experiences in the coming years.
I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Now, before we move on,
Okay.
I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier.
Uh-huh.
Building confidence through achievement in online learning.
Right. That's an important point Otieno raises.
It is.
He emphasizes that it's not just about passively absorbing information.
Okay.
It's about actively applying knowledge.
Right.
And witnessing tangible results.
He encourages seniors to establish clear goals for their learning journey.
So what would that look like?
Well, it could be finishing a course,
Okay.
acquiring a new skill,
Right.
or simply expanding their knowledge base in a particular area.
So having something concrete to work toward.
Exactly. And upon achieving those goals, it's crucial to celebrate those successes.
Oh, absolutely.
It could be something as simple as treating yourself to a special meal,
Right.
or sharing your accomplishment with friends and family.
Those celebrations are important. They reinforce the positive cycle of learning and remind us that every step forward, regardless of how small, is worth acknowledging.
And speaking of sharing,
Yes.
Otieno also encourages seniors to share their learning journeys with others.
Love that.
Not only can this inspire others to embrace lifelong learning,
Right.
but it can also help solidify your own understanding of the material by teaching it to someone else.
So it's a win-win.
It is.
Imagine the impact this could have, especially on younger generations.
Right.
A senior sharing newly acquired tech skills with a grandchild.
Right.
Or a retiree mentoring a young person in their field of expertise.
These are powerful examples of how learning can bridge generational divides.
Yes.
And create a more interconnected and supportive society.
Okay, we've delved into the benefits.
We have.
The challenges, and even some practical tips.
Yeah.
Now let's explore some specific online learning resources that Otieno highlights in the handbook.
Okay, let's do it.
He begins with a platform designed specifically for seniors.
Okay.
Get Set Up.
Right.
They offer a wide array of classes, ranging from tech skills and wellness to hobbies and personal development.
What's impressive about Get Set Up is their focus on cultivating a welcoming and supportive environment for older adults who might be new to online learning.
They want to make it comfortable and accessible.
Exactly. And they have live instructors who are trained to work with seniors.
Which can make a big difference.
It can.
In terms of engagement and making sure everyone feels supported.
Next, there's ElderNet, which we mentioned earlier, doing remarkable work in Kenya to promote digital literacy among seniors.
Yeah, they have a global reach, too.
They do.
Offering online courses and resources focused on essential tech skills for navigating today's world.
So they're bridging the local and global.
They are.
Offering both on-the-ground support and access to a wider network of resources.
Exactly.
Finally, Otieno highlights Senior Planet, which offers free classes on various tech fundamentals.
So the basics.
Yes, including popular tools like Zoom and social media.
What I appreciate about Senior Planet is their emphasis on community building. They have online forums and virtual meetups.
So it's like a virtual senior center.
It is.
Offering both learning opportunities and social connections.
Which, as we've discussed, are so crucial for overall well-being.
Absolutely.
It's encouraging to witness so many organizations dedicated to empowering seniors in the digital age.
It really is.
It's not just about learning specific skills.
Right.
It's about fostering a sense of belonging, purpose, and continued growth.
Now, as we transition to the final part of our deep dive into online learning for seniors, I want to bring it back to the heart of the matter. The transformative power of learning to connect generations.
This is where things get really interesting.
They do.
Because it involves breaking down those age barriers and recognizing learning as a shared experience that benefits everyone involved.
Otieno offers some heartwarming examples in the handbook.
Oh, I'd love to hear some of those.
Families taking online courses together. Maybe in areas like cooking or photography. Grandparents sharing their knowledge and skills with younger generations, while also learning tech tips from their grandkids.
It's a beautiful exchange.
It is.
Of knowledge, experience, and perspectives.
And it extends beyond the family unit.
Okay.
Imagine seniors volunteering as mentors on online learning platforms, sharing their expertise with a wider audience.
Think about a retired engineer mentoring a young aspiring inventor.
Right.
Or a seasoned artist sharing techniques with a budding painter.
These are powerful examples of how learning can bridge those generational gaps and create a more inclusive and supportive society.
It all begins with recognizing the value that each generation brings.
I agree.
Seniors have a wealth of knowledge, experience, and wisdom to share.
Absolutely.
And younger generations, they have a fresh perspective and a natural affinity for technology that can benefit everyone.
It's about fostering a culture of mutual respect, understanding, and shared learning.
Yes.
Where everyone feels valued and empowered to contribute.
And that's what I find so inspiring about online learning.
Me too.
It has the potential to connect us across generations, cultures, and geographical boundaries.
Creating a more vibrant and interconnected world. So as we move towards the conclusion of this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
All right.
What if we all embraced the spirit of lifelong learning? Not just for ourselves, but for the well-being of our families, our communities, and the world as a whole.
What if we perceived every interaction, every encounter, as an opportunity to learn from one another, to share our viewpoints, and to grow together?
Imagine the possibility.
I know, it's exciting to think about.
It is if we all approached life with that kind of curiosity and openness to learning.
We should achieve so much.
We could.
It really is exciting to think about all the possibilities.
It is. You know, one thing that really stood out to me in the handbook was Otieno's discussion of these senior-friendly websites and platforms.
Oh, yeah. He talks about some great ones.
He does. Are there any that you think are particularly innovative or impactful?
Well, a few that come to mind.
Okay.
One is Get Set Up, which we mentioned earlier. What sets them apart, I think, is their focus on creating that really welcoming and supportive environment for seniors.
Yeah, I think that's so important.
It is, especially for people who might be new to online learning.
Right, it can be intimidating.
It can, and they have those live instructors who are specifically trained to work with older adults.
And they offer a wide range of classes, too.
They do catering to all sorts of interests.
That personalized approach is really key.
It is. It makes learners feel seen and valued, which can boost their confidence and motivation.
Absolutely. Another platform that impressed me was Eldernet.
Oh, yeah. Eldernet doing great work.
They are.
Both in Kenya with their on-the-ground programs. But they also have that global reach with their online courses and resources.
And it's all focused on digital literacy and tech skills for seniors.
Exactly. So they're bridging the local and global.
They are.
Offering both that on-the-ground support and access to a wider network of resources.
That's fantastic.
It is. And lastly, I want to mention Senior Planet.
Okay.
They offer free classes on a variety of tech basics.
So the essentials?
Exactly, including popular tools like Zoom and social media.
And they also have that strong focus on community building.
They do through online forums and virtual meetups.
It's like a virtual senior center.
It is offering both learning opportunities and those social connections.
Right, which we've talked about are so crucial for well-being.
It's encouraging to see all these organizations.
It is.
Dedicated to empowering seniors in the digital age.
It really is. You know, it's not just about learning specific skills. It's about fostering a sense of belonging, purpose, and continued growth.
Exactly.
Now, before we wrap up,
I
want to circle back to something we discussed earlier. The importance of managing screen time.
Right.
And taking care of our physical well-being while we're engaging in online learning.
Yeah, that's so important.
It is. Any final thoughts or advice you'd like to share on that?
Well, I think it's crucial to remember that online learning shouldn't come at the expense of our physical health.
Right.
Otieno provides some practical tips in the book that I think are worth repeating.
Absolutely.
Remember to take regular breaks. Get up and move around every hour.
Right.
Adjust your screen brightness.
Yeah.
And consider investing in those blue light glasses.
Right.
If you're spending a lot of time on digital devices.
Those are all excellent reminders.
It's about creating a sustainable and enjoyable learning experience.
Exactly.
That benefits both our minds and bodies.
Well said. And as we conclude this deep dive,
I
want to emphasize that the most valuable takeaway from this handbook and from our discussion today is that learning is a lifelong journey.
It is.
It's a continuous process of growth and discovery
Absolutely.
that enriches our lives at any age.
For sure. And for our listeners who are embarking on or perhaps continuing their online learning journey, I want to leave you with this thought.
Okay.
Embrace that spirit of curiosity. Explore new possibilities.
Yes.
And never underestimate the transformative power of learning.
It's powerful.
It is to connect you with others,
Right.
with the world around you, and with your own inner potential.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of online learning for seniors.
It was a pleasure.
We hope you gained some valuable insights.
I was so too.
And inspiration to take that next step in your own learning journey.
Keep learning, everyone.
Until next time.
See you then.
Keep those minds sharp, those hearts open, and keep learning, keep growing, keep exploring.